bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are
Okay. 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 All right. Okay, well, let me see what's going on. Yeah, let me see what's going on. Okay, fine.
I can move out of the way when you need me. If you need me.
wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Edinburgh Bella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and go. Are we on live? We are on. Okay. This is gonna be
Highest moral character. Sherryland ISD. Excellence is our tradition.
We are La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're gonna find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit.
So we're going to try audio tonight here at the football game with the we're having audio difficulties and connectivity difficulties tonight. So we're going to try to broadcast to you from live in the press box. So there may be some background noise as we get started. But if you're just joining in, of course, you have seen Los Fresnos recovering a fumble on a attempted punt earlier in the quarter. Los Fresnos capitalizing with a 40-yard field goal. Now they have the ball once again in their possession as we start with 5:46 to go here in the first quarter. Quarterback Padilla, lone setback, trips to the right. Padilla going back to pass, looking deep, throwing way over the head of the intended receiver, number 3, Diego Lozoya. So we'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Game conditions tonight, again, beautiful here at Los Fresnos Leo Aguilar Memorial Stadium. Just perfect. Chamber of Commerce weather, temperature around 80 degrees. Start of the game is probably going to get down to the 70s or low 70s. So we have a 2nd down and 10. Lone setback in the backfield, number 26 for the Falcons. Padilla keeping with the ball, looking to go to the outside, trying to go laterally, getting some room. Tripped up by number 29. Abelardo Garza. A gain of, let's call it 4 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Clock continued to run with 5:11 to go here in the first quarter.
Early. And it'd be pretty big here, Gil, if they can make this a 2-score game at home midway through this opening quarter.
Correct, but I know that from what I've heard from Harlingen South, they're a late arriving team, so they've been very familiar with this kind of territory, this kind of setback at the beginning.
We're going to step aside, take a quick break. 4:21 in the opening quarter. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers.
4:21. Matthew Padilla, the senior quarterback, lining up out of the shotgun. Ball inside their own 35. Steps back, fires it complete at the 35. Shakes off one man, then goes out of bounds. That's Hector Muniz on the reception. For 13 on the clock.
So the Falcons with a 2-yard pickup on that pass from Padilla to Muniz. So again, we're happy to be with you here tonight. About 45 minutes ago, we had a major issue with connectivity, but we're going to try to resolve it, and we have resolved it. It's just not in the best form, but we have the game for you being broadcast. Padilla with keeping the ball, maybe gaining a yard.
31 and 38.
Tackled by number 31 of the Hawks, Rene Rena. Actually going to call it no gain on the play, so it brings up a 3rd and 9.
And Gilbert Ledema, one of the other guys there in on the tackle. And this is Harlingen South defense. They've really flexed their muscles here these last couple of weeks, and they're a stingy defense when it comes to stopping the run. And Levi Entz, number 44, one of the senior linebackers. He's had a heck of a year, like we mentioned. Ledema, Jeremiah Rivera, who goes both ways for the Hawks.
So here we go with a 3rd and 9 for the Falcons on the 34-yard line. Padilla back to pass, looking deep, going deep. It's one-on-one. Looks like he's going to be out of bounds, and he is out of bounds. So the pass a little bit overthrown. A nice catch by Picasso, but it's out of bounds. It'll bring up a 4th down.
That was Jaden Galindo on the coverage. And that's a big stop for Harlingen South defensively. They're going to force Los Fresnos to punt, and they should get good starting field position. It's going to be Elias Ledesma's back to return this punt for Harlingen South. And Ledesma, wasn't a household name a year or 2 years ago, but he's really stepped up and bought into what Coach Israel Gonzalez has brought to the table, and he's been the X factor for the Falcons this year in 2021.
And there's a punt from Picasso. A nice punt, going to go right into the hands. Harlingen picked it up real nicely, trying to make it to the outside. Still moving upfield. Finally brought down after a pickup of a run up back of about 9 yards. Ledesma again, the punt returner.
They should be starting at about the 35-yard line. So Xander Cáceres stepping in the role, and he's the QB1 for Harlingen South. And, there's a lot of weapons for these Hawks. Carlos Mossbas, again, like Ledesma, someone that which was not a household name coming into the year. But the big name, of course, Marcos Gonzalez. He was coming off an injury, trying to get him back up to speed.
And so here we go with the Harlingen's 3rd possession of the night. Started again on the 35-yard line.
Xander Cáceres, the quarterback for the Hawks.
Hand off to number 33, Marcos Gonzalez. Gain of 3. They're going to give him 3 on the pickup.
That was actually Mossbas on the carry, number 6. You're going to see a lot of Carlos Mossbas. You're going to see a lot of Marcos Gonzalez. And like I mentioned just a couple moments ago, that Mossbas wasn't a household name, and this year he broke out onto the scene as a transfer from Houston, in fact. Not originally from the Valley.
So we'll bring up a 2nd and 7 on the 38-yard line. Keeping the ball, or handing the ball off to there's a flag on the play, looks like.
That's in the area of a hold. 2:19 here in the opening quarter. Usually when the flag comes in the backfield, it's going to be a hold. 2nd and 7, and
look like it's coming from the sideline though. On this case, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's over on the far side, on the south sideline.
Mm-hmm. But let's see what they're going to call it. Okay, so as you heard, a white side block, personal foul against Harlingen. That's a tough one to take, but it sets them back 15 yards from the 37-yard line. That might be, it's not from the point. Well, it might be. Let's see here. That's 27. That is 15 yards back. Bring up a 2nd and call it 22. Kevin, like you say, I think Los Fresnos is in the same mode as far as being defensively minded. They've done some tremendous jobs over the last 3 or 4 weeks and have stiffened up, and they're pretty well known now for their defense.
Yeah, RJ Limon, Cáceres.
Oh, what a nice tackle. What a nice tackle there.
Ledesma was on the reception there and just tackled immediately. Under 2 minutes to go. Like I was mentioned, Limon, he leads his team in sacks with 5 sacks on the year, and he's partnered up with Greg Jones, who has had a heck of a career. That's number 43 for Los Fresnos.
The tackle made on that play was with number 15, Samuel Burton, who's also a name that we hadn't heard about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But a great one-on-one tackle there, kind of all alone, brought him down. 3rd and 22 for the Hawks. Oh, there's some great defensive play for the Falcons with another loss on the Hawks. Falcons coming up, stiffening up too, bowing up on the defense.
And that was Jaden Moreno on the tackle.
Jaden's had a fantastic year, probably one of the 2 leading tacklers on the team. So we're going to go with the 4th down for the Hawks. They'll be punting from line of scrimmage at the 21-yard line and back to receive for the Falcons. Number 5, Luis Lucio. Right now he's spotting for our running back, Hector Muñiz. Muñiz is a little bit hampered with a injury, but he's in the game. Nice low punt. It's a driving punt. Lucio with a nice catch on the punt. Moving up, trying to go to the outside. Gets across midfield and into Harlingen South territory. Looks like they're going to spot the ball on the 45-yard line.
We'll step aside, take a quick break. Final 20 seconds of the opening quarter. Los Fresnos leads Harlingen South 3-0.
Prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
So as we come back from break, the Falcons were spotted with a block in the back and moves the ball back 10 yards from the point of the receiver going out of bounds. So puts the ball back in Falcon territory. So Falcons will start their third drive of the night on their own 46-yard line. Sophomore running back now accompanying Padilla in the backfield. That would be Gael Palestina. Little give and go. Muñiz with almost a one-handed catch. Stretched out to get it. Covered tightly by number 11. Number 11 covered on that play.
We'll go to the split screen here on the instant replay. Jeremiah Cano was the guy covering him, but Padilla has had himself a heck of a year, and he almost came down with a one-handed catch. We'll show you the replay here on the split screen. Little trickery there, Gil.
Yes, it was. And that's another thing, Los Fresnos, I think from the Coach Cantu, as he's come into this year, he's implemented that in a number of games and has caught a lot of the opposing teams by surprise. So here we go with the 2nd and 10. Looks like the give is to 26. Gonzalez. Stop right at about the line of scrimmage. They may give him a yard.
Gilbert Lerma, one of the guys in there, and that's going to be the final play.
So a good, tough, and tight first quarter. Anybody's ball game and a lot to play.
We're going to step aside, take a quick break. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are Don Carlos, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Fresnos Volleyball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Okay, we're ready to start the second quarter. Falcons lining up for a 3rd and 8. At the end of the backfield, one lone running back. Gonzalez to block. Sprints out to his left, looking for a pass. Nice catch. Picasso got some running room up to about the 40-yard line of the Hawks. Oh, it's good enough for a first down.
And this is an impressive job from Los Fresnos and what they're doing defensively. And they're here at home, and that's another thing too. It's been a couple years. It's been a while since I've covered a game here at Leo Aguilar Memorial Stadium. But there's one thing about this place, and it's special. This time of year, early November, the weather's cooler. It's a tough place to play.
You think so?
I think so. It's always been in the times I've come here. I'm from the Upper Valley, so I know every time you come down here, like I said, at this time of year, it's always special.
It is. I have to agree with you. So it's the first down for the Falcons to give us to keeping the ball. Got some running room on the left side. Taking it out. It's knocked out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, about a 13-yard gain. So some juking and jiving for Padilla, and he's picked up kind of where he left off yesterday in the second half with Brownsville Hanna.
Caleb Anaya pushed him out of bounds there. Here's the instant replay from Los Fresnos. There's that floor cam right there. But, hey, this is a big drive. I know there's still plenty of time in this. There's the replay there. There's plenty of time in this second quarter. But if the Falcons can establish what they're doing offensively and take a 2-score lead, they'd have to feel pretty good about themselves.
So they gave Padilla 14 yards on the carry. He's looking back to pass. Shoots it out to the outside, in the flank, in the flat area. And he's the ball. He's tough to bring down. He's going to get about maybe 4 yards. Let's see where they spot it. Actually, no. Great defensive play by the South defensive back there as he knocks him out maybe for a 1-yard gain.
And Devin Montemayor over on the far side.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Ball spotted on the Hawk 25-yard line.
11:35 here in this first half on a cool, crisp
Beautiful
November evening.
A wonderful evening to play football, that's for sure. And to be watching this game. Padilla keeping the ball, shooting it to the outside, looking for some room. Not going to get anything there. Pushed out of bounds, maybe a loss of a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Enrique Romero, the senior, did a good job on just containing and forcing him out of bounds.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Again, South bowing up here, knowing that there's a lot on the line, but making it hard on the Falcons to try to take any advantage of field position.
Obviously, you and I didn't get to do a pregame like we wanted to, but there's quite a lot of stake at here. Harlingen South looking for the perfect season for the first time since 2007.
That's what I was going to ask.
It's been a while.
That's good, and it would be very deserving, sure, obviously. Both teams finding out for it, though. They are looking, maybe got some running room, a little bit. Fumble on the play, it looks like, and it is a fumble.
Harlingen South says they have it.
And they do.
So there's the game's first turnover, and this South defense coming up with a big stop. And, earlier in the year when Harlingen South was at Alice, the offense was very lethargic, needed their defense to make a couple of plays, and they forced a turnover. As a matter of fact, a Levi Ants interception that kind of turned that game around early in that ball game. So now Coach Izzy Gonzalez, his defense might fuel the offense here.
So Harlingen South has the ball on their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Quarterback Casa is in the backfield. And give again. The big number 33. Gonzalez stopped right. Maybe 2-yard gain. Brought down by number 8 of the Falcons.
Ethan Gonzalez and Jaden Moreno.
Ethan's been a big name also all season long. He was actually not playing last week. Maybe they gave him a game to just rest and be ready for this big game. But he's picked up where he's left off.
And some coaches will do that. They'll want to protect their better athletes to get ready for a game like this. We've seen it before.
That's correct. So with the 2nd and 8 for the Hawks, they got trips to the right. Lone receiver to the left side. Casas with a fumble. Let's see who picks it up. Los Fresnos has recovered. That is actually the 4th fumble, or 4th turnover tonight for the Hawks. Maybe one on the bobble, but anyway, it's another turnover, and the Falcons with great field position.
And who other than Jaden Moreno?
Wow.
He recovers the fumble. There you go. And so a turnover battle, and if you watch these two teams closely, you'll know that defensively, this is something they pride themselves on. And
they certainly do. And
at the same time, you know, Los Fresnos don't turn the football over. It's very uncharacteristic for them to turn it over. It's very uncharacteristic for Harlingen South to turn it over. But I think it's more of a testament of just how good these guys are defensively.
Yeah, and the impact of this game, the outcome of this game, you know, what's on the line. So there's a lob into the end zone, and it is bobbled, and it's going to be called incomplete. So Picasso had a disadvantage at first that it turned to an advantage to catch it. And as he was going out of bounds, he bobbled it, and it's incomplete. So all for naught, it's 2nd and 10.
That was Galindo who came up on the incomplete, broke up the pass there.
So one thing that Picasso has as a wide receiver, and actually this is his first year as a wide receiver, he is a senior, is his height. He's in at 6'2", so he makes it a great target for Padilla to put the ball up high and just have a jump ball. And by the way, he plays basketball too, so that's where that advantage comes into play.
Anytime you can have someone 6 foot plus as a receiver.
So here we go. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Again, Harlingen making it difficult. Padilla trying to go wide. There may be trying to go wide, but he's getting very little running room. I thought there might be a flag there for a moment.
Yeah, Daniel Torres, 54, kind of put his hands on Levi Ince for about a split second. And then, you said, he took his hands off. He didn't want to get called for the hold. But Padilla had enough awareness to get out of bounds. But that was close. It was close.
So generally speaking, there was no gain on the play. They might give him maybe half a yard, but it's still going to bring up a 3rd down. And 10. They haven't moved the ball, the down marker. But it's going to be a 3rd down.
There's a flag on the 19-yard
there's a flag.
line.
I didn't see the flag. Okay,
so they did get him.
Yeah, they did tag him for the penalty. So that's a field position changer for sure. It's going to make it a 2nd and 20.
I don't think Torres got enough, at least from what we saw up here, to call a holding call.
So let's see what Coach Cantu has up his sleeve for a play call here with a 2nd and long. Padilla fakes, getting a lot of rush, looking for somebody downfield, hard to throw from that distance. And nice defensive play. It was, well, let's see what happened. There is a flag. It looks like there's a flag. I thought it was just might be a hat from one of it might be a late hit. I think the referee threw his hat down because I think the receiver of Los Fresnos might have gone out of bounds first. Let's see what ensues.
So that's Carlos Mossbos. They're going to call roughing the passer. He's going to be the guilty party there.
Well, not only is that going to be a big change of position or field position for the Falcons, it's also going to give them a 1st down. Now on the Hawk is going to be spotted on the 14-yard line. So, wow. Harlingen making it tough on themselves, but they're still working hard to keep points off the board by the Falcons. Give us to Gonzalez trying to break through the middle. Little gain, maybe 2 yards.
Caleb Anaya made the tackle. So, David Cantu, I've known him for a while when he was at BBM and, the things he did there. And, bringing Los Fresnos back to that spread because they ran with the wishbone the last few years with Coach Patrick Brown, a little bit of a change.
And, of course, we know David Cantu got that from Scott Ford, that wide open offense, which was so successful with the Falcons in the mid-2000s.
Right.
So here we go with a 2nd and 8. A nice breakup of the pass by number 10 of Harlingen.
Yeah, that was Devin Montemayor, and he's a basketball player.
Also.
So he can use his hands quite well, and I'm sure Devin wants that one back. That was a good wrap.
Absolutely. Close to a pick and another change of possession in favor of the Hawks. So we're going to a 3rd and 8.
So Gil, are you in 4-down territory here, or do you?
Interesting.
Take the 3?
That's a great question. I think David's going to take a 3 on this, but I think he wants to just put more points. It's interesting. If it's going to become a defensive struggle, you might want to get anything you can early, and even if it may be 3 points. Padilla looking to pass again, and it goes incomplete. There's another flag on the play, or is that piece of equipment? No, it's a flag.
Yeah, at the 6-yard line. So we'll have that answered. That question answered here in the next few seconds.
Very quickly. and they're coming to Coach Cantu on the sideline to explain the penalty. So it looks like it's going to, by the reaction of Cantu, it looks like it's going to be in South's favor. Maybe like a illegal screen between offensive receivers, something like that. We'll see.
And again, judging by his body language,
Yeah,
he's keeping his offense on the field.
Well, discussion, the crew chief explaining to both coaches what will ensue. Let's see what he says. Falcons marching backwards, though. So a rare, but always can happen. A offensive interference by the Falcons marches them back 15 yards. A significant penalty takes them back to the 27-yard line, where it'll be a third, and we call it 22. So now I think he'll take it again, and he'll have to go up with a field goal.
Well, this is where we'll talk about it after this play.
He may go for it all right here. He may just lob it up to say, there's just going to be a screen. And very nice defensive play by Harlingen.
Yeah, that was Galindo again. He just flew in there. But this is where you get into the conversation of last night in our broadcast, the keyword was probability. Do you give them the 4th and short, the 4th and 7? Or do you make them try twice?
Right.
Push them back in the 3rd and long.
Well, I think in this case, I think now we're pushing the envelope of the capability of the field goal kicker. Because now we're talking about a 42-yarder, and the wind is kind of, it is slight, but it is going to be in the face of the kicker. So we're going to go for it here. Los Fresnos on the Hawk 26-yard line. So it would be a 43-yard attempt, and so the Falcons are going to call timeout, and we'll be right back here on Real Sports Live.
We're the Life for Cheerleaders, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
And he throws it. So we're back with you here at Leo Aguilar Memorial Stadium, where the Falcons are facing a 4th, and let's call it 21 yards. They're going to go for it. Just going to go with a high risk to try to make a score. At the same time, keeping Los Fresnos. Great defensive play. Boy, I tell you, Harlingen has bowed up every time. Los Fresnos has had a huge opportunity to put points on the board.
So the clock's going to stop at 8:11, and it was a 4th and 21, and South's defense going to come up with a stop. Like you said, that penalty pushed them back just enough to where it pushed them out of field goal range. And you can kind of look at it as a long punt, more or less, because South's going to take over at their own 26.
And you can certainly look at it as a win for Harlingen South. Just like you mentioned before, the defense is keeping the entire Harlingen South team in the game, keeping Los Fresnos from scoring. So the Hawks are going to have the ball 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line. Again, quarterback for the South Hawks, number 8, Cáceres. Lone quarterback in the backfield. Is a wide sweep to the right. Los Fresnos trying to pursue it. Fairly good job, but a nice pickup, maybe of 4 yards.
That was
number 14 was the ball carrier.
Yeah, that's Fidi Mesa. Came around on the jet sweep.
So they're going to give him a gain of 4 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Ball going to be spotted on the 30-yard line.
Fidi's another guy, like I mentioned earlier, that not a household name, but coming into this year and really playing a key part in what South likes to do. And A lot of athletes offensively.
Throw to the outside. Got a man. Nice gain up to about the 38-yard line. We'll move the sticks, move the chains for South.
Lucio on the tackle there. Again, that's Ledesma who came down with the catch. And, Los Fresnos, like we were talking earlier, they're going back to the spread. And it didn't take long for these kids to start buying into what Coach Cantu wanted to do. And, when district kicked off, they got waxed here at home against San Benito. Since then, they've won 5 straight.
That's correct. And so Harlingen South testing the Falcons' lateral capabilities and been successful on 2 plays. There's a pass to the outside in the flat. Caught nicely. He's not going down.
Yeah, that is a lot of A1 steak right there between Marcos Gonzalez and Gregory Jones. Seeing those 2 kids right there going at it.
2 big guys. I know, like you're saying, a lot of beef there. So a gain of 5 yards on the first down. We're going to go with a 2nd down and 5. Ball spotted on the South 44-yard line. And we have 6:26 to go, and you can see the clock ticking. Quite a defensive battle, and I think that's pretty much what we could have expected. Again, South going with a shotgun formation, typically with a lone setback in the backfield. The give is to Gonzalez. Going across the 45-yard line, going to give him 2 yards on that gain. Going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Samuel Burton on the tackle. Going into his junior year, that's Gregory Jones, when Coach Brown was still here in the offseason, he said, Kevin, he goes, Coach Brown had coached around the state. He's seen a lot of players. He said Greg Jones can legitimately go D1.
Wow.
And he was coming into his junior year. So his career is coming full circle this year as a senior, and he's just doing it all for the Falcons.
Well, this is a kind of like a jumbo package short. Harlingen trying to get that first down, a quick toss to the outside, and he's now going anywhere. Great defensive play by the Falcons to keep Harlingen South from picking up a first down, and it's actually a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah, Miguel. Josiah Munoz and Burton again.
So it's a 4th down. Now here's a decision for the South that they're going to go for it, which looks like at this moment they are keeping the team on the field. They're going to rely. They know that their defense is doing a good job of keeping the Falcons from moving the ball. And this is going to be an opportunity for them before half. They're going for it. Here's a 4th and 4. Maybe they're going to try to draw Los Fresnos offside. Let's see what happens. Great play. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be short, and it's going to be Los Fresnos' ball. Looks like. Kevin?
Let's go back and look at that replay on the full screen here. That's just a play action, and they went out to the flat, a play designed to just get you a couple yards, and that's exactly what South did. Right now, we're showing you the replay. The officials still discussing it. And right now, they're going to bring out the sticks. Here we go.
That's correct.
And the instant replay. Oh, that is close.
Let's see.
Ethan Garza was the.
I guess from here, I'm kind of at an angle. It's going to be inches, but we have a good view of it here with the cameras.
Well, like we said, get the index cards out.
That's what it looks like. Well, they've already said it. It's Los Fresnos' ball. What a defensive. Los Fresnos bows up takes the ball over in South territory with 4:25 to go.
Rex Halford, he came in and made a tackle.
Little kamikaze-style tackle, hitting him low, making him flip over, and just inches short of the first down. So Los Fresnos takes over. Ball's going to be spotted just inside the 49-yard line of the Hawks. By the way, bringing out the troops. Again, we have trips to the left. In fact, we have 4 receivers to the left, quads to the left. I guess you'd call them. Is that, Kevin? I don't know what you'd call that formation.
Yeah, everyone's flushed out. Well, they're out 5 wide. So
yeah, they have one quarterback all by himself in the backfield. Well, this is something that, Kevin, you would not see last year. You would not see this open. And so he's going up the middle, got some running room, and he takes it for about 10 yards inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's just by design. You're going to flush everyone out. You're going to go 5 wide. You want to spread out the defense, and then just a little quarterback draw there.
And you're looking for just a little seam up the middle.
Yep.
And Padilla found it for 10 yards. Actually, they're going to give him 9 yards on the carry. It'll be a 2nd and 1 with 4:04 to go here in the second quarter. Padilla looking back to pass, a little flip to the outside. Caught immediately by number 8. Gets loose. Muniz. And he's going to pretty much bring the ball back up to the line of scrimmage. Looks like it was going to be a big loss for like maybe 5 yards.
Yeah, and the theme so far has been open field tackling, and both these defenses have been doing an extremely good job.
Tremendous job, yes.
Outside of that play there, but I think that was more of just Hector Muniz flexing his muscles and showing off his athleticism.
That's correct. Run after catch has really been non-existent tonight.
Right there. Yeah, that's what they call the yak, yards after catch.
So we got a 3rd down, and it's 3, or let's call it 3. Padilla looking for some room up the middle, and he's across. It's going to be short of the 1st down by a yard. And now I think, just like the coach from South, he's going to go for it too. So just like Coach Gonzalez, Cantu's going to rely on his defense if they don't make it, and take the risk that they do make it.
Yeah, and you only need a yard, and you've shown that you can run the football effectively with Padilla in different kinds of ways. Also, like you mentioned in the last time, when South went for it on 4th down, look for a dummy count. But I agree with it here. You have momentum. You just came up with a stop. Your defense obviously is playing lights out, so why not go for it? It's 4th and 1.
Yes, you got to do something to offset all these turnovers and haven't been able to take advantage of it. And Cantu calls a timeout. So with 2:59 left here in the second quarter, Falcons will be going forward on the 4th down. We'll be right back here on Real Sports Live.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
Okay, so we're back with you live. It's a 4th and 1 for the Falcons. Just about 3 minutes to go. Looks like this is going to be, interesting formation. This may be a quick kick. That's what I've seen before. They're going to get out of that formation. Muniz is going to go in the slot to the right side. Padilla getting the snap, giving it to number 26. Going to make some room, going up the middle. Going to have a 1st down inside the 30-yard line. What a run.
Jonas Gonzalez will keep the drive alive for Los Fresnos. And now, you're the Falcons. You have not any timeouts left, but you have plenty of time.
Right, and so Los Fresnos throws a formation they hadn't seen all night, so it probably keeps the defensive unit of the Hawks on their heels. And there's a quarterback sneak up the middle. That's a quick gain of almost 5 yards.
Yeah, because you have the momentum. You have plenty of time to get in the end zone, So
here we go. Falcons picking up. Let's call it a long 4. It's going to be a 2nd and 6. Padilla looking for the signals from the sideline. We've got we have dual receivers on both sides. Lone running back in Gonzalez. Looking back to pass. Throwing it low. And it goes incomplete, intended for number 2, Picasso. Well, I don't know. Go ahead. Yeah.
The South has all 3 timeouts left, and we're at $1:59 left in the 3rd and 6. So now it kind of gets interesting because the clock stops, and South still has all 3 timeouts. If they can come up with a stop, 2-minute offense, 3 timeouts, so that incompletion is big right there for South.
That's correct. And again, if you say it's a stop, it's another little win for Harlingen South to keep them completely in the game. Lots of time to go here. So with 3rd and 5. Padilla keeping the ball. Got some running room up the middle. Jukes and jives. Nice tackle, but he's not down. It goes out of bounds. And there's a flag on the play. Looks like some extracurricular activities on the far side of the field. And let's see which of the two players, whether it's South Hawk or the Falcon, was caught with basically the last blow.
Yeah, these design quarterback runs, South does not have an answer for it, and Padilla is making it happen with his feet. But I think this is going to go against South. Like you said, extracurricular. I think
see that.
A late hit, possibly, from my vantage point.
Okay.
Possibly. We'll see.
Well, let's see the Ontiveros. So offsetting penalties against both players, and it'll all for naught. The first down will be intact. They're going to move the chains. Let's see if they do move the chains. They're fixing to move. Now they are. So the Falcons, it looks like they're going to have the ball spotted on the 16-yard line with a 1st and 10.
Oh, the offsetting penalties. So we'll line it up, do it again. 1st and 10, ball on the 17. And that was.
I guess you're looking for the location of the chains and explaining to the coaches what happened. Coach Cantu also asking what happened. They're asking the clock to run. Okay, here we go. We're back live. So clock ticking. I think I saw him ticking the clock.
Let me get that going for you right there.
Got 1:40 to go, and the clock is moving. Padilla in the backfield, looking about rolling to his right. Got a lone receiver, but overthrows him, and a great pick. What a pick by Harlingen South, and an overthrow by Padilla. And Harlingen South once again thwarts any attempt of a score by Los Fresnos.
So there's that turnover we talked about, and now, the momentum. We're going to show you the replay here on the full screen.
If you look at the replay, Kevin Taylor is wide open at a very errant throw, and Johnny on the spot for the South was there to catch that ball and get the ball back into South's hand. And as you say, with a minute 29 and 3 timeouts.
Yeah, here's the replay right before South's. Go to the split screen.
As you can see, there's a big spread between the defensive back and Taylor. So here's South. They're going with, again, all receivers, lone quarterback, dropping back to back. That outside pass has been successful. Got some running room. Knocks him out of bounds. Stops the clock.
That was Ledesma on the reception. So here's the 2-minute offense. Teams work this every almost a couple times a week in practice.
Correct.
$120, 3 timeouts.
So yes, an 8-yard gain on that one. Very little time wasted. 1:20 to go on the clock. Again, Hawks showing a lot of success taking the ball to the outside, forcing Los Fresnos to make one-on-one tackles. Oh, nice breakup. Great breakup. And they're still going to throw flags. Wow. That was too close to me.
That was Ethan Gonzalez. Okay, so earlier when they called the roughing the passer, I don't know where you're at with it, Gil, but anytime I see it in the NFL when they call one of those late calls, it just makes me cringe. I'm like,
right. I think that was
tic tac. To me, it was close. Yeah, to me, that's a little tic tac if it goes against Los Fresnos. I think that was just a good play defensively, right?
Yeah. Yes, it was a little bit. It was a little bit underthrown, and it kind of went right into the ball, almost hit Ethan in the back.
So we're going to go to the replay one more time, and I think where they're going to get him is he put his right hand. You can see at the bottom of your screen. That's Ethan Gonzalez. He puts his right hand right on the receiver at the last possible second. Watch. We'll go back to the replay here.
South moving the ball right now, and we see flags. So we saw movement on both sides, but we did see. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that one, Kevin.
No, that's good. We were just showing the replay there, and because there was a penalty, but yeah, he put his right hand on the receiver just a smidge too early.
Mm-hmm.
But
and we saw 2 flags, so hard to argue if we see 2 officials see that same play.
Another flag on the field.
With a false start. I guess that kind of happened due to a shift by the Falcon defensive line, which caused a jumping by the offensive line of the Hawks. So it's the 1st and 15. Again, Hawks with 3 timeouts left. Big opportunity. They're almost at midfield. Casas again, the throw to the outside, got a big gap there. Hard running. Inside Falcon territory. Gain of about 15 yards, maybe 7, let's call it 18 yards.
Yeah, that's Elias Ledesma, and like I said earlier, he is the X factor for this Hawk offense.
Yeah, Kevin, and if I'm Harlingen South, I keep on doing that play because Los Fresnos are going to have to make an adjustment on that if they're going to stop anything on this drive because Harlingen South is moving that ball. Ball spotted on the 42-yard line of the Falcons. 1:05 to go. 3 timeouts still in the Hawks' pocket. Ledesma going back, giving it to the running back. No gain, right up the middle. Back to the line of scrimmage. So the South takes their first time out. We'll be right back here on Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your...
Okay, we're back with you here with just under a minute to go here. Harlingen South with a 2nd down and 10 on the Falcon 42-yard line. Casas going back to, again, the little pitch to the outside, a gap up the middle. Knocked down after about an 8-yard gain, and now it's going to be a 3rd and 1. And Los Fresnos this moment has no answer for that little pass to the outside. Going up the middle, going deep, all alone, and all that half, Harlingen South has scored, hit pay dirt, and has made Los Fresnos pay.
So you just talked about it, how they couldn't stop that screen, and that's by design. They're going to fake the screen, and they're going to go right down the seam to Elias Ledesma. Beautifully play call.
Perfect pass. There was no even stutter step. It was right in his hands, untouched into the end zone. Hawks up 6-3 with an extra point to come. So what we're going to see as we look back here on this first half, really, Kevin, I'm going to say we're going to see missed opportunities, but a very strong defensive stand by the Harlingen South Hawks. So a block punt. What else could we expect with this defensive battle tonight?
That's only fitting that you get a blocked extra point, you get an interception, then you get a couple big plays, you get a long pass to Ledesma, and then go figure the special teams.
Wow. Unbelievable.
It's just that's just so poetic the way this, they still got 36 seconds left. But.
Right. So we're going to have a nice half to contemplate what all could possibly happen in the second half. Here's a replay on that extra point. Blocked.
There you go. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're watching Real Sports Live.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
So we're back with you here with 39 seconds to go in the first half where the Hawks have taken over and have missed the extra point. So we have a 63 game. Los Fresnos with no timeouts left. I think they're just going to want to get this ball, take it down. Well, let's see what happens. Got some room. Oh, hit hard. Met hard at the 25-yard line. I think that was Luis Lucio. Number 5? Yes,
that was Devin Montemayor. Or Lucio. Yeah, Lucio on the return, and that was Devin Montemayor.
And so the Falcons will be taking the ball over on their own 26-yard line. Again, with no timeouts, 34 seconds to go. I think it's going to be one of these times when you're just going to take it on the knee and regroup for halftime and get ready for the second half.
Yeah, you don't have any timeouts left. You're pinned at your own 26. I think right now, if you're Coach David Cantu, with the way this half has gone, you can be content with where your team is at. Take a knee, regroup, go into the locker room. And I tell you what, when we come out in the second half, you and I are going to be talking about one thing, and that's going to be adjustments. Who's going to make the adjustment here? Which offensive coordinator, which defensive coordinator is going to make the adjustments? And that's really what this ball game is going to come down to.
Correct. Well, looks like that'll be Los Fresnos will be content, and as will Harlingen South, we will take it into the locker room. Clock ticking, going down with less than 20 seconds left to go. And I think that'll do it, Kevin. We will be back with everyone. We'll do some discussing here and see, like you say, the defensive adjustments on both sides of the ball. So, with the score 6-3, we're here at Leo Aguilar Memorial Stadium. We'll be back later on Rio Sports Live.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here at Fruya, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Rio Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Rio Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Edinburgh Bella, and you're watching Rio Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Rio Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're gonna find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rolo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Fresnos calling by, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
We're the Life for Cheerleaders, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K 3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white vans. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sun rises and sun sets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm
doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation,
and a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Eddie Burkella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Fresnos Volleyball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville. Somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K 3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And Luke for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Luke for your motors, we're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation,
and a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers.
421. Matthew Barea, the senior quarterback, lining up out of the shotgun, ball at inside their own 35, steps back, fires it complete at the 35, shakes off one man, then goes out of bounds. That's Hector Muniz. Levi Entz, number 44, one of the senior linebackers. He's had a heck of a year, like we mentioned, Lerma. Jeremiah Rivera, who goes both ways for the Hawks.
So here we go with a 3rd and 9 for the Falcons on the 34-yard line. Padilla back to pass, looking deep, going deep. It's one-on-one. Looks like he's going to be out of bounds, and he is out of bounds. Sophomore running back now accompanying Padilla in the backfield. That would be Gael Palestina. Little give and go. Muniz with almost a one-handed catch. Stretched out to get it.
Unos a los otros, para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Okay, we're ready to start the second quarter. Falcons lining up for a 3rd and 8. Padilla in the backfield. One lone running back. Gonzalez to block. Sprints out to his left, looking for a pass. Nice catch. Picasso. Got some running room up to about the 40-yard line of the... It is. I have to agree with you. So it's the first down for the Falcons to give us to... Padilla keeping the ball. Got some running room on the left side. Taking it out. It's knocked out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, about a 13-yard gain. So some juking and jiving for Padilla, and he's picked up kind of where he left off yesterday in the second half with Brownsville Hannah.
Caleb Anaya pushed him out of bounds there. Here's the instant replay from Los Fresnos. There's that floor cam right there. But, hey, this is a big drive. I know there's still plenty of time in this. There's the replay there. There's plenty of time in this second quarter. But if the Falcons can establish what they're doing offensively and take a 2-score lead, they'd have to feel pretty good about themselves.
So they gave Padilla 14 yards on the carry. He's looking back to pass. Shoots it out to the outside in the flank, in the flat area. Knees to the ball. He's tough to bring down. He's going to get about maybe 4 yards. Let's see where they spot it. Actually, no. Great defense.
11:35 here in this first half on a cool, crisp
Beautiful
November evening.
A wonderful evening to play football, that's for sure. And to be watching this game. Padilla keeping the ball, shooting it to the outside, looking for some running. Not going to get anything there. Pushed out of bounds, maybe a loss of a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Obviously, you and I didn't get to do a pregame like we wanted to, but there's quite a lot of stake at here. Harlingen South looking for the perfect season for the first time since 2007.
That's what I was going to ask.
It's been a while.
That's good, and it would be very deserving, sure, obviously. Both teams finding out for it, though. Padilla looking, maybe got some running a little bit. Fumble on the play, it looks like, and it is a fumble. He'd be ready for this big game. And he's picked up where he's left off.
And some coaches will do that. They'll want to protect their better athletes to get ready for a game like this. We've seen it before.
That's correct. So with the 2nd and 8 for the Hawks, they got trips to the right. Lone receiver to the left side. Casas with a fumble. Let's see who picks it up. Los Fresnos has recovered. That is actually. So let's see what Coach Cantu has up his sleeve for a play call here with a 2nd and long. Padilla fakes, getting a lot of rush, looking for somebody downfield, hard to throw from that distance. And nice defensive play. It was, well, let's see what happened. There is a offense which was so successful with the Falcons in the mid-2000s.
Right.
So here we go with a 2nd and 8. A nice breakup of the pass by number 10 of Harlingen.
Yeah, that was Devin Montemayor, and he's a basketball player.
Also.
So he can use his hands quite well, and I'm sure Devin wants that one back. That was a gift.
So now I think he'll take it again, and he'll have to go up with a field goal.
Well, this is where we'll talk about it after this play.
He may go for it all right here. He may just lob it up to say, there's just going to be a screen. And very nice defensive play by Harlingen.
Yeah, that was Galindo again, really playing a key part in what South likes to do, and a lot of athletes offensively.
Throw to the outside. Got a man. Nice gain up to about the 38-yard line. We'll move the sticks, move the chains for South.
To the spread. And it didn't take long for these kids to start buying into what Coach Cantu wanted to do. And, when district kicked off, they got waxed here at home against San Benito. Since then, they've won 5 straight.
That's correct. And so Harlingen South testing the Falcons' lateral capabilities and been successful on 2 plays. There's a pass to the outside in the flat. Caught nicely. He's not going down.
Yeah, that is a lot of A1 stake right there. We've seen a lot of players. We say Greg Jones can legitimately go D1.
Wow.
And he was coming into his junior year. So his career is coming full circle this year as a senior, and he's just doing it all for the Falcons.
Well, this is a kind of like a jumbo package short. Harlingen trying to get that first down, a quick toss to the outside, and he's now going anywhere. Great defensive play by the Falcons to keep Harlingen South from picking up a first down, and they're going to go for it, which looks like at this moment they are keeping the team on the field. They're going to rely. They know that their defense is doing a good job of keeping the Falcons from moving the ball, and this is going to be an opportunity for them before half. They're going for it. Here's a 4th and 4. Maybe they're going to try to draw Los Fresnos offside. Let's see what happens. Great play. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be short. To the left. In fact, we have 4 receivers to the left, quads to the left. I guess you'd call them. Is that, Kevin? I don't know what you'd call that formation.
Yeah, everyone's flushed out. Well, they're out 5 wide, so.
Yeah, they have lone back, quarterback Padilla all by himself in the backfield. Well, this is something that, Kevin, you would not see last year. You would not see this open. And so he's going up the middle, got some running room, and he takes it for about 10 yards inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a little quarterback draw there.
And you're looking for just a little seam up the middle, and Padilla found it for 10 yards. Oh, actually, going to give him 9 yards on the carry. It'll be a 2nd and 1 with 4:04 to go here in the second quarter. Padilla looking back to pass, a little flip to the outside. Caught immediately by number, gets loose, Muniz, and he's going to pretty much bring the ball back up to the line of scrimmage. Looks like it was going to be
2-minute offense, 3 timeouts, so that incompletion is big right there for South.
That's correct. And again, if you say it's a stop, it's another little win for Harlingen. All right, everybody. Well, we're back here live at Leo Aguilar Memorial Stadium for the second half of a really exciting game. Fans on both sides excited to see the outcome of this game tonight. Rooting hard for both of their teams. Rooting them on to become either the outright district champ, undefeated, or co-champs on the Los Fresnos side if you're looking at it from on this side. So we should have an exciting second half, Kevin.
An exciting second half. Hopefully you enjoyed the halftime festivities and the highlights. Catch the full highlight reel later tonight on Rio Sports Live. So getting set for the start of the second half.
So kicking off for the Falcons will be number 13, Jose Contreras. Short kick, caught on the 21-yard line, brought up about 7 yards to about the 28, 29-yard line. Let's see when they spot it.
7-35.
So looking at the standings, Gil, coming into tonight, South 9-0, 6-0 overall. Right on their heels, Los Fresnos 6-2 overall. Most importantly, 5-1 in district play, and we'll dissect the district later in the broadcast. But 6-0, 5-1, like we talked, if Los Fresnos can get the win here tonight, they're co-champs. Harlingen South wins. Will have run the table, and they'll be the outright district champs here tonight.
That's correct. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the South at their own 30-yard line. Passing us back to pass, still going with that outside pass. And that looks like that's going to be a hole. That was pretty obvious. It was a completed pass for about 13 yards, but it looks like the Falcon defender was basically brought down by the blocker of South.
Just about tackled him there, as close as a tackle can get offensively. So that's going to be an easy call for these officials. And, Los Fresnos didn't make the playoffs last year. Year before that, 2019, they made it. They played Westlaco. In fact, it's a hold against the offense. I was talking about in the broadcast last night that a lot of people probably felt that Los Fresnos could have won that game at Bobby Lackey a few years ago. Prior to that, upon Coach Brown getting here, they went 3 deep. So this is a program in these last 5 years that they've been relevant. They've been in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
They went from the spread to the wishbone, and then for a few years, and now they're back to the spread. And from the hometown guy.
Yeah, and we're seeing the results here, I think, with this hometown spread. The fans obviously love it. More scoring opportunities, of course. So it's going to be 2nd down and 20, or 1st and 20. The Hawks back at their own 20-yard line. Give us to the running back. Got a hole up the middle, got some running room, takes it over the 35-yard line, and finally is brought down at about the 39-yard line, a 19-yard pickup.
It's Elias Ledesma, and we haven't seen too much of Jeremiah Rivera here tonight, and that's a testament to what Los Fresnos is doing defensively, but it's kind of just pick your poison with Ledesma and Rivera.
So South lining up quickly, getting in formation trips, full receivers on both sides, lone quarterback. Looking deep up the middle, got an opportunity, and it's caught. A nice reception to the 32-yard line. Caught by number 14, Fidencio Mesa. I hear you have a name for him, right?
Fidi. Yeah, they call him Fidi. So
Harlingen back up to the line of scrimmage quickly. 1st and 10, Falcon 32-yard line. Snap back to Cáceres to the outside again. It's a completed pass, low, and he stumbled, but he did hold on to the ball and moves it inside the 30-yard line for about a 3-yard gain. Harlingen on the move.
South, what Izzy likes to do is they're going to be multiple. And when I talked to him when the season was getting underway, I said, Coach, what's going to be your offensive style? And he said, Kevin, I'm going to give you about a blunt as answer as I'll ever give you. He says, we're going to be multiple. So you can see this team come out in a heavy formation and go power football, or you can see them right now come out of the spread in a hurry up in an up tempo.
So we have a 2-yard gain on 1st down, and we have 2nd and 8 on the Falcon 29-yard line. Quick pass to the inside. Again, yardage and another first down right at the 20-yard line, moving the ball. Falcons not stopping this drive at all at this moment.
Here's that up-tempo, hurry-up offense.
Run up the middle, got some running room, nobody there. He's going to basically walk it in for a 19-yard run for the touchdown. Harlingen quickly up 12-3 with an extra point to come. They may be going for 2. We will see what happens. So,
that was a wrinkle that Los Fresnos has not seen all night, with South going to the up-tempo, the hurry-up offense, kind of just not allowing them to adjust, not allowing them to substitute, and really just taking advantage and really, like I said,
yeah, and
surprising them.
And that's something that Gonzalez had up his sleeve in the second half. If the ball game is in this kind of fashion, we're going to do this, and it looks like he did. Point low, and it is wide. So on 2 attempts for extra points, Harlingen has not been successful. Harlingen South. But here's the replay, or some replays.
12-3. I didn't catch that last touchdown. I apologize.
Okay, so we'll be right back here on Real Sports Live with the score 12-3, Harlingen South.
We are Eddie Burgella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And here we are back at Leo Aguilar Stadium, where Lightning is struck for Harlingen South as they've taken a quick 9-point lead here in the second half. Fans just basically getting into their seats, getting ready for the second half, Kevin. And Lightning strikes, like I said, Harlingen is struck, and they're up ahead now by 9 points.
Or if you're a Falcon fan, they say Lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place.
Short kick, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be Taylor with the ball, trying to move up the middle, got some running room, running hard. Finally tackled, but crossed the 30-yard line to about the 33, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
So we talked about adjustments and who was going to make the adjustment, and we saw South come out with a counter punch. Well, I'll say they threw the first punch and came out with an up-tempo offense. Let's see what the counter punch here will be for Los Fresnos.
And Kevin, just like you mentioned in the first half, Harlingen South got down, and they did. They bowed up, kept the game close, and now have found their rhythm right now, and have taken this 9-point lead. So now it's an uphill battle for the Falcons. Let's see what happens. He gives to number 26 to the Gonzalez. Got some running room up the middle across the 35-yard line to about the 39 before he's brought down.
So you're from Los Fresnos, and what was your reaction seeing the hometown guy David Cantu come back?
Well, it was exciting. We knew he had been successful at Veterans, and we knew that he had been here with Scott Ford. So you put those two things together, and we expected just what we're seeing tonight: a very competitive team, wide open offense with a lot of trickeries in some places. And you see Padilla taking it across the 50-yard line. So at this moment, no give up by the Falcons as they're moving the ball too, just as well as Harlingen was in the first half.
And I felt when David Cantu came back to Los Fresnos, 1, it was a good move. 2, you could see it coming when the job opened up, but I felt he had some unfinished business in 32-6A. That's because a lot of people can go back and say when BVM wasn't 32-6A back at that time, they always fell short of making the playoffs, and they made the playoffs that 1 year, lost in the first round of Westlaco East.
Padilla keeping the ball, got some running room up the middle, takes it to about the 45-yard line, a gain of about 3 yards.
He had guys like Marcus Castillo and the Garza boys at receiver, Jeremiah Myers. I mean, so many athletes down at BVM. And mind you, this was the year when we had that, what was it, Los Fresnos, San Benito, Harlingen, Rivera, all winning 32-6A.
Yes, all, yeah. In
that 1 year?
In the playoffs, yes.
Right. So,
yes.
And BVM, if they're in another district, they make the playoffs. But they happen to be in 32-6A when this was truly a meat grinder of a district back in the middle of this decade. So, he's got some unfinished business.
Yes, correct. And so here we have 2nd and 7 for the Falcons on the 45-yard lines. They're keeping the ball, a little pitch. Not going to go well. Timeout on that one. A great run by number 26 Gonzalez. A little dipsy-doodle forward pass, a little pitch. Looked like it was tackled at the scrimmage, but advances it forward to inside the Hawk 35-yard line, where it's a 1st and 10. Well, the Falcons are on the move, Kevin.
Yeah, you don't see the shovel pass too often these days, and that's what that was, and just a good play design there.
Yeah, Kevin, getting back to Cantu, when he was when he left her at a time when Scott Ford was about to leave, and he left, and then the job opening came up. There's a run by Gonzalez, moving the ball close to the 25-yard line. A nice pickup of about maybe 7 yards. And so what David brought to the Brownsville School District was numbers. Numbers were low at all the schools. He was at Rivera. He brought numbers up. He made it a very competitive program. Then he was transferred over to BVM, and the history of BVM speaks for itself, what he's done. So, yes, we all thought, the whole community thought, David coming here would be a win situation for Los Fresnos. 2nd and 3 for the Falcons. Padilla looking to pass. Got a pass up the middle. Muniz, reception, touchdown. 27-yard pass from Padilla. And this is our game. Another competitive game. What can we say?
Yeah, so there's the counter punch. Gil,
yes?
I'm talking about.
Wow.
There's the counter punch. And what was Los Fresnos going to do? And I mean, you dropped that on a dime right there.
Just like the pass earlier in the first half by Harlingen South. Up the middle, I think South was more prone to protect on the outside and let the middle wide open. We're going to go for the extra point. Number 13 to do the kick. Contreras, he's been a great kicker for so maybe the cool weather tonight. Oh, and it's a 2-iron. It's a 2-iron through the uprights, and it's good. So with 6:56 to go here in the third quarter, we have a 12-11 ball game.
This ball is bouncing every way possible. It's strange, and it's 12-10, 6:56. Buckle up. This is going to be an interesting
game.
Interesting quarter and a half.
And Kevin, going back to not so much with David, but just going back to the preseason picks, Texas football, published by Dave Campbell, had Harlingen South ranked as 5th to finish in district, and Los Fresnos to finish 6th. What can you say about that?
Right,
Kevin?
and like you and I were talking off the air, and I said it once, and I'll say it again. I said, if I told you back in early August that South and Los Fresnos would be facing off in Week 10 for the outright district title, people would probably call me crazy. So, it's just been a tremendous turnaround, for Los Fresnos to be back, in this spot, competing for a district title, and, for Harlingen South as well, the turnaround they've made, both led by first-year head coaches.
That's correct. That is correct. That's what's amazing. And so kudos to both coaches. What can you say? Can you think of the pressure they had as they walked in and stepped into the shoes of trying to fill head coaching positions at both schools? Tremendous job. Okay, here we go with the kickoff. It's a short kickoff. Number 9 for the Hawks, trying to bring it up. Maybe 2 yards on the return, but regardless, it will be Harlingen South's ball. Ball's going to be spotted on the 23-yard line of the Hawks, where it'll be 1st and 10.
And the theme, too, is that, not only they're both first-year head coaches, but they're back in their hometown.
Didn't realize Gonzalez was from Harlingen.
He's from Harlingen.
Did he play for Harlingen South?
He's a Cardinal.
Oh, he's a Cardinal.
He's a Cardinal.
Well, that was a sweet victory earlier in the year.
It
wow.
was. And, that
bittersweet, man.
It's a bittersweet because, Coach Manny Gomez, that's his mentor.
Oh, wow.
And Coach Izzy also, of course, the loss of Coach Monty Woodall earlier this year. That really hurt right. Coach Izzy. That was correct. His mentor.
So, Cáceres back to pass. Outside, got a nice reception. Pitch and catch of about 6 yards.
So there were so many storylines going into that Bird Bowl. It was, Jedi Master versus the Jedi Apprentice. And Manny Gomez and Israel Gonzalez. Like I said, Israel Gonzalez is Harlingen through and through. He's a Cardinal.
How about that? I did not know that.
He started his coaching career there in Harlingen, and then, of course, he went over to Lyford. Then came over to South.
Okay, here we have a 2nd and 3 for South. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. Give us to the running back, looking for a little room. Add a little wrinkle in there. Takes it up to about the 35-yard line. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, Ledesma showed a lot of patience there and let that hole open up.
So we have a 1st and 10, and they spotted right on the 35-yard line. We have 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. And here we go again. Can Los Fresnos defend that wide pass into the lateral area of the field. Been very successful all night. I don't even know if they've even dropped a ball that's been passed that way. Certainly picked up a lot of yardage on it. They've been dropping back to pass, looking up the middle, getting some pressure, rolling out to the right side, going to go throw across his body, and a great catch right across the 50-yard line by number 10, Devin Montemayor. You've talked about him, Kevin.
In fact, that's actually
that's 18. My bad. That's Seth Vergara.
The 10 and the 8 from up here can kind of. I got you. The 9 and the 8 too can kind of get a little tricky, but both these coaches, like we were talking about, the theme of these two head coaches just doing a tremendous job jumping right in, and the expectations are always high.
And Kevin, I see. I'm going to go out on the limb a little bit and say I think I can see either of these teams going beyond one round in the playoffs. They just look good.
Right, and what we do know is that Harlingen South will host a playoff game a week from tonight against PSG North. That's going to be tough. PSG North did take one in the chin last night against Mission. That's a defense, that's only allowing 7 points per game.
Wow.
And last night Mission put up 27 on them, so it was very uncharacteristic for PSG North. They do have a couple of injuries. They did lose Cookie Ramirez to a knee injury. He may be able to give it a go next week. We don't know for sure. It's questionable. But just what they do offensively with Isaac Gonzalez, he led the Valley in rushing last year. So it's kind of the calm before the storm. And like you said, you want both these teams to walk out healthy because they're going to have a task next week, and this is going to go against Harlingen South.
Wow.
But
yes.
So PSG North, they're going to come in revved up and ready to go, and I'll keep it Disney Plus, and they're going to be PO.
Wow.
Come in.
And this is at Harlingen. This will be at Bogus?
It's going to be at Bogus because the PSG North lost last night.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be at Bogus. If PSG North would have won, then we would have determined whether South was going to be home or not with a win or a loss. But because PSG North lost last night, South does get the home game.
So Harlingen South was penalized 10 yards on an illegal touch by a player. I'm not sure who that player was, but they marched back 10 yards. They're on their own 35, second and 10. And the quarterback stopped in the right at the line of scrimmage, trying to quarterback sneak it up the middle. It's going to be a 3rd and 10. This is going to be a big play right here.
Omar Mendiola made a good play there. And for Los Fresnos, I haven't checked yet, but it's either going to be Edinburgh North or Edinburgh High.
Right.
And Edinburgh North, after that Mission loss, their stock just went down, and they did have a couple of injuries to their linebacking core. There's a timeout. We'll continue and we'll keep chatting up here. But, they did have some injuries to their linebacking core. They did get some guys back that are healthy. Edinburgh North went on to beat Edinburgh High, and they went on and beat PSG, two teams that were fighting for that spot in the district. And going into tonight, Edinburgh High is 4-3, Edinburgh North is 3-4. And then, of course, Mission getting the win last night, so they're now the 2 seed. So we're just going to sit back and wait and see. And, Los Fresnos is just going to handle their business tonight.
Right. And again, like as you mentioned, it may be the winner or either be probably Edinburgh North or Edinburgh. And it looks like at this point, Fresnos would be the number 1 seed in Division 1, which would put them with a home game. But that's yet to be seen. I asked Coach Cantu earlier in the week that he was reluctant to say just because there's so many factors that go into the playoffs. So.
Right, but we can do that. We can have the fun and break down all the scenarios.
So it would be great for the whole community to see a playoff game here. It's been a while, and it would be just fantastic.
Especially after last year,
right,
with everything being so limited and some of the fans not being able to come out to the games. So this is great. Everything you hear is great.
So here we go with one of the and Harlingen South set up with their most successful formation all night long, which has been a wide pass out. Let's see if they do that. They got a man in motion. They're going to wait it to one side. It's to the left. Nobody there. Great defensive play. Wow.
That'll wake them up there.
That was a slow forming play, and it didn't go anywhere. It gave the Los Fresnos time to catch up with or pursue the movement of that offensive play, and it was number.
Yeah, that was Ethan Gonzalez.
Ethan.
Yeah, that is a heck of a play right there.
Yes, Kevin. So it's now going to be a 4th. Los Fresnos with a nice stop there with 5:02 to go. Back to receive the punt will be number 5, Luis Lucio. Lucio, I think, is about maybe 5'2". I know he plays baseball. He's a great And that punter for South is really good. And Lucio lets the ball go. What goes wide, goes right amounts right at the 30-yard line. So again, good punting by Harlingen South.
So, the way this game is shaping up, a lot of big hits, turnovers, the defenses are nasty. Plays like that Gonzalez just made, you can feed off of that. And let's see if Los Fresnos can feed off of that here, because that was a big play on third down, and he woke this crowd up just a little bit.
Yes, he did. So here we go. Padilla bringing the troops up here on the 30-yard line. 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. Still a lot of game left for sure. Padilla takes a snap, keeps the ball, got nowhere to go with it. Dropped for a loss of at least 5 yards. Let's see where they spot it. Fake the handoff to the running back Gonzalez, trying to keep it.
Yeah, that's Caleb Anaya, and talking with Coach Izzy earlier in the year, man, he is high on Caleb Anaya, and he's only a junior.
So we get to see him again.
Yes, so red alert, 32-6A.
That's correct. So that's a loss of 5 yards. It brings up a 2nd and 15 from the 25-yard line. Trips to the left for the Falcons. Lone setback. Padilla takes a snap, looking back, rolling to his left. Looking to pass. Oh, almost picked. Oh, it is picked off. So an ill-advised throw by Padilla rolling to his left. And the defensive back for Harlingen comes up and picks the ball. Very nice reception on the defensive play for Harlingen South. So a big turnover.
Yeah, Padilla, you can tell that he's wanting to get rid of that football and just didn't get enough on it. Here's the replay right now. South's offense coming back out onto the field. Try and catch the number on who got this INT. See Padilla just rolling to his left. He wants to get rid of it. He knows he has to get rid of it. But that's just a heads-up play.
And with the speed going out to the right side, going full speed, it's hard to put anything on the ball. So it was kind of a floater. So South with the ball with a great opportunity on the Falcon 22-yard line. Trips to their left. Lone running back Gonzalez. The give is to Gonzalez. Nowhere to go well. Maybe a yard up the middle. Los Fresnos playing stout defensively up the middle. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Yeah, that was Jaden Galindo who came up with the interception. Now he's had a big year. He had that big interception earlier in the year. I believe it was in the Bird Bowl. He had a couple of big plays in this secondary for this South defense.
So South looking to the sidelines for some play that'll spring them for a big gain. It's going to be 2nd and 9. And looks like we're going to have a timeout. So, with 3:06 to go here in the third quarter, Harlingen South up 12-10. We'll be right back here on Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We envision that San Perlita ISD.
Who's the running back? We're back with you here at Leo Aguilar Stadium. It's 2nd and 9 for the Hawks. Pass incomplete inside, up the middle, and we're in for a TD. A 21-yard pitch and catch, and pay dirt for South.
That's Elias Ledesma. The Jaden Galindo interception. That was his 5th interception of the year.
Wow.
Sets up the stage for the Ledesma touchdown, and now it's an 8-point lead for South.
This time the point goes through the sticks, and with 2:57 to go here in the third quarter, it's Harlingen South 19, Los Fresnos Falcons 10.
Going back on the instant replay. Give it a second here. There we go. And you had called it. You were looking for a play over the middle.
I was saying that Los Fresnos is going to have to protect for those wide passes, and sure enough,
play action
up the middle, wide open, untouched into the end zone.
So now it's a 2-possession game.
Absolutely. Again, still a lot of ball game left. We have almost 3 minutes here in the third and the whole fourth quarter. Going back to receive for the Falcons here. Number 5, Luis Lucio. Number 25, Josh Nino. Correction, Josh Limon.
Updated score from Bobby Lackey. San Benito leads Westlaco 20-3 into the third quarter. So a win there.
Locks up three people. If Los Fresnos loses three, a three-way tie for seconds.
All right, so San Benito would punch their ticket, and they would get Edinburgh Vela in the first round.
So kick's gonna go. We better pick up the ball. Picked up by Limon, and he steps right out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. So about kind of a mistake. You really couldn't do much about it. Could have been a flag if we would have let it go, but he touched the ball.
Yikes.
And so yes, Los Fresnos is going to have a very difficult field position to start off this drive.
Should be at their own 7. So the fun fact with that San Benito Vela game is not only those are two of the premier programs these last 5 or 6 years in this last decade, but Vela has beaten every 6A team in the RGV except for San Benito. So they'll have a chance to kind of
make the sweep. Yeah.
To have beaten everybody at least once. That's a little fun fact there.
So Los Fresnos in a tough position. The ball spotted at their own 7-yard line. And you can hear the chants. We were in a closed press box. You can hear the chants from the Harlingen South folks to keep Los Fresnos at bay. And they do on the first play, a loss of 2 yards. It looks like maybe 3-yard loss.
Yeah, Coach Bobby Gaitan is the defensive coordinator for Harlingen South. When you go down there and you talk with Coach Izzy, and he'll be the first to tell you that his coaching staff is really putting in the work, and Coach Gaitan and what they're doing. I mean, in the last few years, with Coach Toby Belt running the defense, they had changed it up a couple of times, but it's been a home run so far. Coach Izzy and his staff.
So Los Fresnos 2-yard loss. Padilla trying to keep the ball, trying to sweep to the outside, not going anywhere. South putting the clamps down on this defensive stand. Another loss of 2 yards takes the Falcons back to the 3-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd and 14. Dangerous territory for Los Fresnos for sure.
Let's see if South rather would like to bring the house here. Maybe bring some pressure. It's been a slippery slope since that blunder on special teams.
And again, you can hear the chants from the South Faithful from this enclosed press box. Padilla going back to pass, going to go deep with it. And it's going to be incomplete over the head, the intended receiver. No shortage on the arm from Padilla. He's one of the pitchers on the baseball team, but it goes incomplete. Brings up a 4th down. Harlingen is going to get great field position on this one. Or looks to.
Yeah, they should. And like I said, the key word last night was probability. You're probably going to get a good field position here, but let's see if South again will bring some heat.
So their lone punt returners set up inside the Fresno's 40-yard line. So again, anything in front of him is going to be at the end. Great field position for South as they get this ball back. Oh, the snap is a little high, but kind of a off the end of his shoe punt. And it's down. Kind of a little dangerous to do that, but number 7, Elias Ledesma, falls on the ball. And again, Harlingen will have great field position at the 38-yard line, looking for another score.
Knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills, educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a
So Harlingen South on their first possession here from the 38-yard line. They give us to Gonzalez up the middle. Not much on the run up the middle for South, but a 3-yard gain. They'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Los Fresnos defense looks a little bit uncertain as to how to cover this. Going back to pass. Cáceres looking up the middle, firing, complete. I tell you what, Kevin, South's got their motor running right now. Completion of about 16, 17 yards inside the 20-yard line. We're the 1st and 10. All placed on the 18.
Yeah, that was Garcia who just found the soft spot in the coverage and just sat there.
And when you start getting those kind of wide open passes, you know you start to have the defensive backs a little bit on their heels, and that looks like where Los Fresnos is right now. Give us to Gonzalez up the middle, looking hard, really nothing there. 3-yard and a cloud of dust, so to speak. That's been the sure thing for Gonzalez as he's every time he's taking the ball up the middle. It's actually a 2-yard gain. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. So one more quarter to go, folks, with Harlingen South up 19, Los Fresnos Falcons 10, and we'll be right back here on Real Sports Live.
Yes.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash.
Back with you here at Leo Aguilar, where it's going to be a 2nd and 8 for Harlingen South on the Falcon 17-yard line. It's pitched out again. Gonzalez, he's got some running room. Well, he picked up a head of steam there. He went out, not up the middle. That's like you said, that's a big load to bring down.
That's Carlos Mossboss on the carry. So, yeah, just off the air right now, we were talking about South, and the last time they completed a perfect season was in 2007 under head coach Alan Terry. They went 3 deep that year.
Okay. So it's going to be a 3rd and 3. Los Fresnos hoping for a big stop here. They're going to have to keep this to something that's going to be within reach. And we got up the middle. Oh, hard running. Hard to bring down. Gonzalez, second effort, takes him inside, maybe the 5-yard line where it's going to be a 1st and goal. It is. It's going to be spotted on the 4-yard line. Again, big load to bring down.
And Gonzalez is one of those hard-nosed kids. Had a couple of injuries his sophomore year, missed some time, but he's back and healthy, and getting him back was huge for Harlingen South.
So it is a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Looks like a broken up play, but it looks like there may be somebody open. Throws it away. Cáceres, smart play. Knew that there was really nothing there. It was all botched from the very beginning. It's going to be a 2nd and goal.
So the ironic thing is that, South, the last time we said they were able to go undefeated was in 07. And they beat Harlingen that same year in 2007.
So the question, Kevin, there, since 2007, any other year between then and now, were they in playoffs?
Yes, the last 2 years they've made the playoffs under Coach Ritchie, former head coach.
Okay. So a gift to the running back, Gonzalez, going to be stopped maybe for a loss of 1. Well, this next play is going to be huge. If Los Fresnos want to stay within reach with time getting close to the 10-minute mark.
Right, and it's going to be, do you take the conservative route? I mean, you're already up by 2 possessions, right?
Yeah, and it would be deep in the territory if you hand the ball back over to Los Fresnos, kind of like it was on the other side a few minutes ago.
Right, do you kick the 3 and you go up by 12, or do you just go for the knockout punch?
That's correct. 6? That's correct. And I would think that the coach would go for the knockout punch. Again, with his stiff defense, Los Fresnos would have a difficult time taking out of that deep end of the field. Give up the middle. Gonzalez stopped short of the touchdown, bringing it to about the 3-yard line. So this is 4th down.
Yeah, really good stop here.
And I don't see any change, anybody coming in to kick. I think Coach Gonzalez sees that 3 points really is not going to do much in the end as far as a spread on the points. So they're going for it on 4th down. Again, it's almost a mirrored situation on the other side of the field. If Los Fresnos holds, Los Fresnos will have the ball again deep in their own territory. The question is, will they be able to move it out? But let's just see what unfolds here on this play. 4th and goal for South. I would imagine possibly some trickery. And it rolls out to the right, looking to make a play, and he is going to be in for the touchdown. There was only one man to get him, and he didn't quite get him, and a great effort by the quarterback, Cáceres, to take it in.
Elias, that was Cáceres who ran it in.
Cáceres, yes, the quarterback. He kept it all the way. It's kind of like a wildcat play. Took it all the way in, and you had 6 points to that score. We're now at 25. The 10 with the extra point to come. And now it's going to make that deficit very difficult to come back on for Los Fresnos. Well, South has a 2-iron of their own as they knock it through maybe 2 feet over the crossbar. The point is good. So with 9:09 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Harlingen South up 26, Los Fresnos 10.
Blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Viva la vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Is there a slight... Back with you here, Leo Aguilar Memorial Stadium, where the kickoff is about to occur. 26-10 Harlingen South. Falcons bringing the ball up to close to the 25-yard line. Well, Kevin, it's going to be a very big uphill battle for Los Fresnos. But I would just imagine there will be no quit in Los Fresnos. They'll do everything they can to narrow that gap and see if they can make a game of this. I also think that when Los Fresnos look back on this, they're going to look at all those opportunities they had in the first half.
Right.
When they had Harlingen right there on their heels and with big opportunities to score.
Still, I mean, there's 9 minutes left. If Los Fresnos can get a quick score.
Well, it's a two possession with two touchdowns and two 2-pointers. A big toss. He goes out of bounds.
Because last night, going into the 4th quarter, it was 27-7 Mission, and then in a blink of an eye, it was 27-21. You throw in a touchdown, an onside kick, and another touchdown, and all of a sudden...
It's a big game.
It's game on.
Yeah, game on. So it's 2nd down and 10. Los Fresnos on the 29-yard line. They have dropping back to pass, throwing it deep, and a incompleted pass intended for number 14, Cody Taylor. Kind of a jump ball there. Cody, with his size, typically can win that battle, but a nice defensive play by Harlingen South to break that up. So we'll bring up a third down. So, Kevin, do you know if Harlingen South is a young team? Are they a senior-laden team? Or are they out in their...
You know, a lot of the premier guys like Jeremiah Rivera, Devin Montemayor, Levi Entz, Xavier Cáceres, they're all seniors. So they're about in the middle. They are going to lose a lot of key pieces. They're going to lose a lot of key pieces, but they're going to get a lot of guys back as well.
Mm-hmm.
But see, if there was going to be a year where Harlingen South can really
run the table,
make a statement, this was going to be the team, because this senior group had been talked about when they were in 8th grade. You know, they didn't lose a game in junior high. They ran the table as a freshman group, and I know all this because I was a Valley Morning Star for a few years, so I covered both these teams very closely. So it's a lot of familiarity with both of them. But you know, this was going to be the year that a lot of people had written in, especially for this senior class. It was a special group.
And a punt return, number 7 for Harlingen South, running hard, taking it up the middle, bringing the ball all the way to the Falcon 35-yard line. So a net punt after punt of about 10 yards. Harlingen South again with another opportunity to put points on the board. And Kevin, just speaking on behalf of David, you know, he's inherited a team where it's been a whole complete learning of the new system.
Yeah.
I guess he's got kind of a mix of young kids and seniors. But the program is in place, and I think you're seeing even the underclassmen at the freshman and JV levels buying into this program. And so I just see, good things happening in the very near future.
Was it Elian Hernandez a couple years ago for Los Fresnos?
Yes.
He was a stud.
Yes.
You know, the big fan of what Elian did. And you guys have always had at running backs at y'all's disposal.
Cáceres back in the shotgun, giving it to number 33. They're just looking to put. Oh, that's number 33. That's number 27. Oh, correction. It is number 33. Gonzalez. Of course, you know, Harlingen South in no rush, just trying to run time off the clock, coming down to about the 8-minute mark. Also taking their time. The play clock is at 36 seconds, so they'll be taking their sweet time. There's no need to rush.
But yeah, you know, it's hard to, change the system, especially that dramatically, from something that you don't see very often in a wishbone
yes,
to the spread. It's kind of like when Mike Salinas took over in Weslaco for Tony V, is that those kids grew up literally, all they ever knew was a nasty slot from the junior high level all the way up to high school.
Cáceres with a swing pass to the right side.
He heard footsteps.
Yeah, he said that was something out of the corner of his eye.
No shame there. And then you go from a slot T to the spread like Weslaco did, and you have to go as far as teaching kids route trees and just implementing a new offense. But Los Fresnos being the 6A and one school, they're always gonna have numbers. They're always gonna have numbers, so that's always a plus.
So it's gonna be 3rd down and 10 for Harlingen South on the Falcon 35-yard line, trying to keep their drive alive. Give it to number 7. Running hard. He does run hard, number 7, I tell you, Ledesma.
So Ledesma, he's a guy that, I have a couple of friends that they had him as a student in junior high. And he's just that kid where he knows what he has to do. And when the lights come on and that switch comes on, the kid's just a gamer. And very few kids have that instinct. They can, I'm not saying that they coast throughout the week, but they can just, go through the week of practice, do what they got to do. But then when the lights come on, let's go.
So it's 4th down here for South on the Falcon 29-yard line. Quick inside pass, broke it up. And that's a great. Oh, and here we get another flag. Wow, that's a tough one to take. I think he was defended very, very nicely on that play. And I'd like to see the replay on that one. I don't know if you picked that one up, Kevin.
I did not. It's a late flag there. We hadn't seen one like that since the first half, really.
Because I don't know how you can defend that one any better. It just looked good. He broke up the play right there. So it'll put the ball on the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for South. Here's the is that the replay? Is this the replay? Here it is. Oh my gosh. Give us to Gonzalez. Stop right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard gain. Clock continues to tick. Right at around 6:30. 2nd and 9. Do we have any scores on the Upper Valley games with Edinburgh North?
It's exactly what I was tracking down.
And Harlingen South calls a timeout. So we'll be back here on Real Sports Live.
Well, I got the score.
You can have the scores.
We'll
Okay.
run through some scores. Final score, Valley View 13, PSJ Southwest 6. In the third quarter, Hidalgo leads Zapata 21-7. Third quarter, Kingsville King leads Gruya 7-0. These are all the sub 5As. Scrolling down, Lyford leads Progreso 27-0. That's in the third quarter. Brownsville Veterans 38. Brownsville plays 12. That game in the fourth quarter. Edinburgh High 44. PSJ High 6. That's in the third quarter.
That puts Edinburgh High in the driver's seat.
We need to see what Edinburgh North is doing. If I can find their score.
But if Edinburgh won it,
that's what we were trying to figure out because Edinburgh North did beat Edinburgh High earlier this year. The standings.
I believe that's what I remember hearing. If Edinburgh wins, then they will be the number 2 seed in the Division 1, and Los Fresnos would be the number 1 seed in Division 1.
Right, because Edinburgh High is 4-3 in district, and a win
would be 5-3. 5-3. Right, and there's no way. Doesn't make a difference. So it looks like at this moment, what's that score?
44-6.
So it looks like it's going to be Edinburgh Bobcats will be the team that Los Fresnos will be playing. It's to be determined. Gonzalez. And again, a big man, but they've had his number for much of the game. But he's always that threat. You cannot even begin to let up on him because then he'll take off with it. So it's going to be a 3rd and 8.
Los Fresnos, y'all's old rivals, Port Isabel. They're losing to Rockport Fulton 33-20.
Well, that upper echelon of that district is tough to handle, tough to deal with.
Sinton, Rockport. Yeah, it's brutal.
There were some high aspirations early in the year for Port Isabel, but then they went up north, and I guess they found tough sledding up there.
Yeah, they clinched a playoff spot. They are the 4th seed, and if they would have won tonight, they would have moved up to as much as a 3rd seed. But I was able to see Port Isabel. In fact, week 1 when they played at home against St. Joe and. You've been around long enough to know what Tony V does with that nasty slot.
Oh gosh!
The fact that they played in one football game last year and had multiple cancellations, and they wound up just canning the season midway through because of COVID. We didn't know what to expect from Port Isabel.
That's correct.
We really didn't. Limited off season, one game last year, and for them to do the things they did this year, man, that's a heck of a job right there.
And the kick, a boot. Going to be a good field goal from 33 yards out. So Harlingen South ups the score to 29-10 with 4:28 to go. I'm going to tell you about Tony B's offense. I've seen that. We saw that many years here at Los Fresnos when we played Weslaco, and that is a very deceptive looking offense. It looks like it's going to be easy to defend.
Yeah.
But by gosh, when you start watching it, happen, unfold, it's like, who do you tackle? kind of a scenario.
Yeah, they're going to come at you every which way, and he's known for that. And when he was in Weslaco, they had 3 or 4 different running backs. But you know what? That Week 1 win against St. Joe, I'll tell you, I picked St. Joe to win. It was in PI. Like I said, we didn't know what to expect. But man, they ran that slot to you to perfection. And I know it was only Week 1, but they looked pretty good. But I mean, like I said, that's a heck of a district.
When you think about it, Kevin, also that was kind of like not a bittersweet, but like a tongue-in-cheek homecoming for Tony Villarreal for the Tarpon faithful.
Yeah, 100%.
To see him come back and implement it, and they're going to be successful. It's going to happen. Just give them time.
They're very young too, is the thing. So
here we go with Los Fresnos with about under 4.5 minutes to go. Moving up a little bit, expecting a short kick, and they get a very short kick, and it's caught. He's going to run with it. Takes it across, close to the 45-yard line. A nice catch. It was a very tough ball to handle. So the Falcons will take over on their own 44-yard line with 4:03 to go. 4:23 to go. Let's see if Los Fresnos can put some points up on the board. Again, quarterbacking, number 6, Padilla, number 26, Gonzalez in the backfield. Dual wide receivers on each side of the line. Quick toss to the outside to Picasso, trying to pick up some yardage. Short gain of 3 yards, across the 45-yard line. They're going to spot the ball on the 47, so it's a 3-yard gain.
So with the way it's shaping up, Los Fresnos will have a date with Edinburgh High in the playoffs.
That's correct.
And again, it'll go back to the theme. 2 first-year head coaches back at their alma mater. With Coach Rene Guzman, first-year head coach at Edinburgh High, coaching his alma mater, the Edinburgh High Bobcats.
So Padilla with a quarterback keeper to the wide side and for no gain. And again, that defensive pursuit for South has been there all night to keep anything from going wide. So we'll bring up a 3rd and 7. A great catch. Number 4. Muniz caught it, and he's down. A hard hit. He was going right into the defender. Holds onto the ball. And that's Hector Muniz. Kevin, he's been a tough player. Again, a baseball player. And just hard-nosed. And he's getting up, obviously, very gingerly. But he held onto the ball. Falcons got a first down.
Yeah, kudos to him for hanging on to that football. He knew he was going to get hit, but he held on to it anyway.
So the ball spotted on the South 28-yard line, 1st and 10. I don't know if you noticed all night long, Kevin, there's no shortage in the arm of Padilla. He's got an arm. He can gun it from pretty much anywhere. Going out on, he trips on the turf, falls down, and that's going to be a significant loss of about 10 yards.
He's the turf monster got him there, but he's a baseball player, so.
Trying to switch positions trying to roll from his right to his left, and then just didn't make the turn. So it's going to be a 2nd and 20. Clock ticking at 2:40. Flip over to number 10, Alford. Steps out of bounds with about a 3-yard gain. It'll be a 3rd and 17. There's Munoz back in the game. So gritty, gutsy, and never give up attitude for Hector. Well, Kevin, talking a little bit about the Los Fresnos sports program. Well, so we have football and basketball has been there the last quite a few years with Hinojosa coach at the helm, and now we have Morales with the baseball team taking about 2 out away from the state final four.
Yeah,
So
that was amazing.
baseball and the sports here at Los Fresnos has been really exciting.
Hey, and shout out to Tracy Blackman. She's here watching. Watching, I called her the Dark Knight. she was the Dark Knight for softball, man. She was
totally unseen.
Yeah, she was amazing, and with what I'm a softball junkie, and with what that team did with Victoria Altamirano,
those last inning home runs for Clinton.
Yeah, Dakota Martinez, just a puppy in the playoffs, knocking home runs. Little Kate Bettis, Crystal Bettis, Kayla Jimenez. I mean, that team was so much fun to watch. And just 32-6A in general is just going to be extremely tough because in softball everybody's back.
Dog fights.
Yeah, basketball basketball season starts tonight technically for girls. Good to see Coach Lucio, the other Coach Lucio,
who's right at the side of Hinojosa.
Yeah,
taking that mentality over now to the girls' side.
Alex taking it. Yeah,
we'll see what's going to happen there.
Yeah, and they're going to be good too. Sari Jones, Olivia Barra. I mean, they're going to be very good. And shout out to Coach Anissa Lucio. I know they lost tonight, but her first year in Los Fresnos.
Yes, that's correct.
So much size. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the volleyball team.
And young.
They're very young. Yeah, Savannah Smith. She's going to be a player.
Incomplete pass intended for Halford. So it's going to be one of these, what do they call it? A hook and ladder. Hook and ladder. I couldn't think of the phrase there, but it's still going to be a fourth down. Los Fresnos obviously going to go for it here, needing 16 yards for the first down.
Yeah, Savannah Smith, just a sophomore. But yeah, they did an extremely good job finishing in third, and went to this year. Volleyball was extremely tough with Harlingen winning district for the first time in 15 years. Brownsville Rivera, I don't know how they did, but man, they started out the year 1 and 2, and they wound up winning 10 straight.
Mm-hmm. And of course, like you're talking about Los Fresnos on the bi-district, so they beat runner-up Edinburgh, in the playoffs. So that's again, kudos for Lucio. Going deep, he's got him all alone over the head, a little bit overthrown. Muniz was wide open, but South will take over on downs, and it looks like it's getting close to the end here, Kevin.
Yeah, we'll step aside and take a quick break. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
Back with you here at Leo Aguilar Memorial Stadium with about 2 minutes winding down this game clock. Gonzalez, tough running, tough sledding, on his feet. Pickup of 3 yards. It took about 20 minutes, it seemed like, for that play to unfold.
Yeah.
Time seems to keep clicking off the clock there.
Yeah, Moss Boss, a lot of tough running there, who also plays a little bit of linebacker. But, Los Fresnos, they're not going to get that gold ball that they wanted, at least as far as the district goes. But you have that opportunity next week to win a playoff game. And that's the big picture here. You had a chance, to get a piece of the pie. But in the grand scheme of things, I think, Los Fresnos is able to get a win next week, they'll gladly take that.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. And the other thing I want to talk about that for a little delay, handoff.
Well, Mossboss originally had fumbled that football and kind of a busted play and wound up just turning it nothing into something. We know, but that
Well, another thing, Kevin, about this game tonight is that it looks like, for the most part, other than bumps and bruises, it's going to be injury-free, and that's what both teams are really looking forward to as they go into the playoffs. And that's what really, as far as I was concerned, that's what I wanted to see too. It's been a really hard-fought game, but it looks like it's been predominantly injury-free.
yeah, and they're gonna get into victory formation.
That's correct.
And I tell you what Coach Israel Gonzalez is doing, and to get this team to go undefeated.
That's correct.
In the regular season, is quite.
It is a great accomplishment, and you can see the South faithful there excited as they should be. What a tremendous season! You overcome your rival to get things kicked off.
Yeah.
It's a great season.
Well, they snapped a 14-year drought.
That's unbelievable.
To win the Bird Bowl,
and that's got to be hard. I mean,
you're extremely tough.
Yes,
extremely tough, and it's a 29-year-old rivalry, and South had only won it 4 times going into this year.
So they'll take this one for sure and savor it. Well, clock's ticking down. That was the last play of the game. Teams are shaking hands. They know they battled tonight. And, well, Kevin, it's been a pleasure being with you tonight, and good luck to the Falcons and Hawks as they move on.
Yeah, sorry about the mishap. We're going to fix that mixer, I promise you that. But we were still able to get this on, so thank you for being patient and hanging tight with us. But, Gil, Harlingen South, they complete the perfect season. A tip of the hat to Coach Izzy. And when he got hired back in the offseason, I tweeted it out, and I said that this was a home run for the city of Harlingen, because they brought back one of their hometown boys to the city of Harlingen, and to have him back and for him to do what he did, it's just an amazing accomplishment. And then kudos to Coach David Cantu, who he's a good friend of mine. I've always had a lot of respect for him. To get this team, 1, to have a chance to compete for the district title is 1, but 2, to get them into the postseason is another thing. So, tremendous job on both coaches. Well, that wraps up our broadcast here on Real Sports Live. Thank you for joining us. The final score, Harlingen South 29, Los Fresnos 10. On behalf of myself, Kevin Arrow, Joe Bowling, and everyone at Real Sports Live, saying so long and good night from Los Fresnos.